Dear listener, all across the nation, people are going in droves to the theaters dressed in their best pinks, all to see one iconic figure, Barbie. This summer is for all girlies reclaiming their love for all things pink and fun. Sincerely, the Shrinking Violets.
Hi, this is April,
And this is Lourdes.
and we're the Shrinking Violets.
And this is chapter 30. And we're titling it Barbie movie. Because we watched the Barbie movie. Yeah. So hopefully you've watched it already, because we will be going into spoilers, because we will be talking about all our favorite things. So if you haven't watched it, you should probably watch it because it's so good. Which brings us to the first question. What are your overall feelings? Did you like it? Did you love it? Are you rewatching it? How did it make you feel? That's a lot of questions.
Well, I loved it. I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna be rewatching the movie.
Yeah.
I don't really own movies anymore, but I think if it was like during that time where
Yeah.
we buy movies and stuff, that's definitely one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Same. I loved it. And me and my sister are even like trying to figure out when's the next time we want to watch it in theaters again.
Oh, okay.
Because we want to see it big again.
Mhm.
This movie, there's something about it that made me feel seen. And it's because, and then everybody's been talking about this, it's because of how Greta Gerwig, I guess, wrote in how, like, the woman experience and how we all just agree with it. With this movie, we all agree that this is what women feel, this is what women go through. And that's how I felt watching this movie. And like also at the beginning, like when the movie started, my face was hurting because I was smiling so much. That's how this movie made me feel. And obviously at the end, we cried. I
Yeah.
cried.
Yeah.
Because man, it was so good.
I know. I think like how you were talking about, we've had a lot of kind of conversations around how it kind of impacted everyone in the same way, but then also differently.
Yeah.
Because we all have our own individual experiences,
Yes.
but overall, like a woman's experience,
Yes.
yeah, pretty much what I kind of expected from the movie,
Yes.
but more. Like I don't know, like I'm trying to when people ask me about it, I try to explain it,
Yeah.
and I really have a hard time because it just has so many layers.
So many layers. I mean, one of the layers, even, I mean, like, who would have thought that a Barbie movie would be the thing that made all women just, say, yes, this movie is amazing and this is how we feel. And we all are feeling this way at the same time. A Barbie movie.
Right.
Yeah, because, I mean, one of the things they talked in the movie is how we lost sight of what Barbie represents. And during the movie, I'm like, oh my God, that is so true. Because somewhere in college, I was, lectured on how Barbie is basically bad for girls, and it represents like sexualized things, and little girls should be played with Barbies. And when I was watching the movie, I'm like, wait a minute. When I was a kid, I didn't see Barbie that way. I just saw her, like, I like dressing her up and things like that. But I never told myself, I want to look like her. I want to be as skinny as her. I want to, never thought that. So
Right.
I thought that was one of the layers.
And I took like a women's like history type of class, and in it we were also taught like Barbie is what's the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, I personally did not have the experience.
Yeah.
Maybe other kids
Might
did.
have. It's possible.
Yeah, but I didn't. And then I had a Teresa. So like to me it's like, oh, I got my own kind of like that has dark hair and is darker skinned.
Yeah.
Kind of like me. But I knew I didn't look like her, and that was to me that was fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
I just think like probably mm, at that I was too young to start developing those kind of insecurities,
Yes. And I
maybe.
think all the people that lecture us on Barbie like that maybe are projecting. I don't know.
Yeah, and I can understand. I can see the overall like, okay, yeah, that's she's might be part of the problem
Mhm.
on top of so many other
So many other
uh,
things that
problems that
the girls are being exposed to. Yeah.
exactly. And this
Yeah.
is just an example of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me, it's like like, how was she even able to use, like you said, a toy to
Hmm.
really explain something
Yes.
so much bigger? So I'm like,
Oh,
why didn't I think of this?
it's so insane how good this movie is because of that little thing that Greta Gerwig did. And just like what, just what.
Just so much,
Um,
so deep.
my next question is, did you have any favorite scenes? Or what was your favorite scene? Because I'm sure you had a favorite scene.
Yeah, there was a lot I thought about, and I really liked how it's like the journey to the real world.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah. That
that gave
montage.
me such a Wes Anderson kind of vibes there.
Yes.
I just really love that little montage.
I think you saw that because of the backdrop and the
Yeah,
it just felt
kind of like French Dispatch.
yes.
You know, those
Yeah.
like cutaway kind of like scenes, those I don't know. Like
Yes.
when you know that those are props,
Yes.
but it just works.
Like it's real, but it's not real. You know that it's a set, and that's why it feels, and that's what Wes Anderson does too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like that. And then I also like Gloria's the speech,
Oh,
I
the
guess.
speech. The
Yeah.
speech. Yes, that speech is so good.
And then the end. So basically the parts that
Yes.
I cried.
Yes, yes, yes. My favorite parts. So the dancing sequence at the beginning,
Yes, of
it
course.
totally set the tone for the whole movie. And I'm just like, I'm so happy right now. I
Hmm.
really love this. And I need to like some people have been uploading the dancing sequence, like literally them recording their theater and just uploading it to TikTok. And I'm like, I know this is probably illegal, but I need to see this again.
Uh-huh.
So I'm fine with it. Yeah, the dance sequence and also the montage of all the girls or all the Barbies getting together to overthrow the Kens.
Yeah, that
That
was
part
a good one.
and the best part is Alan was helping them. He was on their side and I just love that so much.
Yeah.
I yeah.
But yeah, the Ken musical
Oh
situation,
yes.
so good.
So good.
I was like, oh,
Oh
it's this gonna end soon. Like, like,
yeah.
okay, the song's been going on for a while.
Yeah,
It
so
was cute.
good. Okay. So Barbie doll Easter eggs. What did we see in it? And then also your talk about your childhood Barbie experience. So what are some of the things that we saw? Like almost towards the end, we saw some Barbies that people have talked about, like the magic earring Ken
Hmm.
and the Teen Talk Barbie. For some reason, I thought it was Stacy, but it was actually Teen Talk Barbie and the
Uh-huh.
video Barbie. Um,
Video. There was also growing up
the Stacy was it a Stacy?
Stacy. I think growing up
Yeah,
Stacy.
Graham Stacy was there.
Pregnant
Oh, Midge.
Midge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many
Um,
people were very annoyed that she didn't even get one line.
oh yeah. I think she
Yeah,
said something like hi or something like that.
probably did.
Um, I thought it was cool because although those are not necessarily ones from my childhood or like that
Yeah,
I know of,
yeah,
I actually listened not too long ago to a podcast,
yes.
and the podcast, like this was before even I knew Barbie movie was going to come out.
Hmm.
They talked about like discontinued Barbies,
Yeah,
and so all of the ones that are in the movie, like they talked about those.
yeah,
So I was like, oh yeah, I recognize like they were talking about
yeah,
that
yeah.
Barbie and that Barbie. So it was really cool.
I had a similar experience because me and my sister watch a lot of people talk about dolls and sometimes unboxing of dolls. And we've seen a lot of people talk about these particular dolls. So when I was watching the movie, I'm like, I am so knowledgeable on this. I love
Yeah.
it. And I'm like, I know who that is. I know who that is.
Mhm.
And also just from playing with these toys, we like had so much knowledge of the little things, like how you know that there's a what does the main Barbie call herself? A stereotypical Barbie. You
Uh-huh.
know that.
Yeah.
How the whole Ken thing. Like we were talking about how many Kens did everyone actually have? Everyone like only had like one Ken because no one gave an F about Kens. Everyone just
No.
wanted the Barbies.
Yeah. It was kind of like, oh, I guess, like I was telling you, I guess I have to have
Yeah.
like a husband or
Yeah.
something. I didn't really know. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, can I get a Ken? And the Ken that we both had was the Dr.
That's
Ken.
we both we just found out we both had the same exact Ken, and that's just so funny. We probably even got it at the same year because
Yeah.
the
And
Ken's,
that's
I
when it
mean,
came out.
things come out and then they don't stay for too long.
Right.
I just thought that was so funny, and how everyone is realizing they had that same experience with their Kens.
Yeah, and I don't even know what I made them do. I think it was just kind of like sitting there and my Barbie was having a good time.
I
Like
probably
changing outfits and doing all her stuff, and Ken was just like plopped there.
loved. I actually probably did make my Barbie and Ken's kiss. I probably did do that. I was doing that.
On top of that, the way that how she serves herself milk or juice or
Oh
whatever,
yeah.
and there's nothing coming out of it. I
Yes.
thought like I love those little
That was
moments.
so genius, even though it's
Yeah.
like that's exactly how it is.
Yes. Also how the narrator says, "Oh yeah, so you don't even need the stairs. The
Yeah,
Barbie just goes from upstairs to downstairs."
exactly. You everything just makes so which makes me think like, okay, because we were telling my brother, you need to watch the Barbie movie. You're gonna watch it as soon as it starts streaming.
Mhm.
Or the next time we go to theaters, we're literally like, you're gonna come with us.
Yeah.
And but then we were like, it's so sad that he didn't get the Barbie experience. Man, he totally missed out.
Yeah.
So now we just feel bad for him. Too funny. Okay, so any reviews or critiques on this movie that you've heard, and what are your thoughts? Because
Yeah.
there have been things that this is a polarizing movie, which
Mhm.
shouldn't be, but it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So obviously there's no critiques on my end.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are like, "Oh yeah, I loved it, but it has its flaws."
Yeah.
I don't know what the flaws are. Um,
Yeah.
but then there's obviously those that are very conservative or
Yes.
men who are
Yes.
just don't not understanding.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, and the same, like I want to say it wasn't for you, but at the same time, I want to tell them, yeah, exactly. You missed the point, and this is exactly for you. Like you need,
Yeah.
and like you need to learn from this, but they don't. It's like overly feminist,
Yeah.
which to me is like, yeah, that's what it is.
Yes.
It's trying to teach you about the
Yes.
woman's experience, and
They
you're not, you're just, it's just going all like above your head.
Totally. They say it's overly feminist, and to them, feminism means man hating. So
Mhm.
they think that this is a big man hating story, and it's like, no, no,
Yeah.
none of these Barbies hated the Kens. They didn't hate them.
No,
What
they just didn't
logic?
really need them. Like they didn't
Yes.
understand
Yeah.
why they're like their purpose there as opposed to just like, oh yeah, you're Ken. Hi,
Yeah.
you know?
Exactly.
But I did hear that somebody say that Gloria, she said that she never had a Ken.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so like this is the idea of Ken is deep in her subconscious.
Yes.
So she just knows, oh, there is a Ken. So that's why Ken wasn't very important in
Yeah.
the Barbie
for
movie.
for particularly the stereotypical Barbie, she was not feeling it, the vibe. There was the vibe there with her and Ken.
Yeah,
And it's because Gloria never played with a
you
Ken.
can.
So why would her Barbie, you know,
Yeah, and
it's so
it
funny.
could have been if this was somebody else's and where Ken was important to her playing with her Barbies,
Yeah,
then it would have been different. But this is
totally
not
different.
the case
I
here.
love that. I love the how everybody is picking it apart and realizing why things are the way they are in this movie because I
Yeah.
definitely missed that and I needed somebody to tell me that.
And I also think that it actually doesn't paint Ken in a terrible, like,
Yeah.
we see parts of men in him,
Yeah.
but in the end, he's innocent still.
Yes. Yes.
He's learning from the like real men in the outside world.
From the
And
outside world.
yeah, and when Barbie tells him like you can just be Ken, like you're fine, like you don't need me,
Yeah.
it's still a message for young, I would say like young boys,
Yes.
um, where like don't, obviously don't be what he was trying to be,
Exactly.
and just be who you are. And then deep inside, like who you are, it is a normal, like healthy, like boy who appreciates other women, you know? It's
Yes.
not it's not what the society has now like molding you into.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And some people are like, some people totally miss the point where they would say, if this was a real world, all the Kens wouldn't have blah blah blah. And then people are like, you're missing the point. The real world is that way. How do you not get the irony? You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
like in the real place, it is all it's the patriarchy. The
Hmm.
patriarchy exists, but the patriarchy does not exist in Barbie
In
land.
Barbie world, yeah.
And when you say if this was a real world, well, they did go to the real world. They saw
Hmm.
the real world.
Yeah.
So,
And also people say that Alan was is probably gay or
oh yeah.
something. And
Yes,
I
yes.
think that that's kind of unfair,
Mm,
to say that the only one
who
that
is
that
for the
was
girls?
yeah,
Yeah.
for the girls was somebody that was gay. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's unfair to say.
I do understand that. However, I did see a a gay TikToker say me and my gay friends went to the movies thinking that we would resonate with Ken, but all this time we were Allens. We were
Yeah.
not Kens. So I do
Yeah.
see how gay people resonate with Alan, but yeah, it isn't fair to say that only gay men
Hmm. Can
can
understand women.
understand women. Yeah, that is very, very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pop culture, Barbie and in pop culture, like what we saw on TikTok, what we saw on Instagram. For example, why like if it wasn't for TikTok and Instagram, people wouldn't be wearing pinks and going in droves to watch this movie. Like
Yeah.
that was
I
one of the coolest thing that happened with this movie.
I just love yeah, that we get to experience things like that where like we all kind of get excited about movies this way.
Yeah.
And we create
Yeah.
it's like kind of like a moment. You're
Yes.
going and it's a whole experience. You're
It's a
gonna dress
happening.
up.
You're creating this experience. Yeah, and
Yeah.
everybody is joining along and you don't even know everyone who's joining along, but you know that people are doing it
Yeah.
everywhere. It's so weird. When has this ever I guess it happens when maybe when you go to a Marvel movie and you wear a Marvel t-shirt to go
Hmm.
see the movie, but this was so weird.
And it was also so like innocent and just cute, like that
Yeah.
everybody is just, oh, I want to wear pink. And I know that like girls with their boyfriends were also making them wear
Wear
pink.
pink. It's adorable. No, go
When
ahead.
I went to go eat, after like Comic-Con, I saw there was a boyfriend, girlfriend, and he was like head to toe in all pink.
Nice.
And I'm like, I don't know if they're about to go watch the movie or they already finished
Right.
watching the
Yeah.
movie and they're just having their dinner. But I just like it made me smile that, they had this little Barbie date.
So cute.
Yeah.
My favorite story that came out of this was this girl who was saying, actually, a few stories. One of the girls was coming out of the Barbie movie, and whenever she would see people, wearing pink, everybody would just say, "Hi, Barbie. Hi, Ken. Hi, Barbie," because
Oh,
everybody was coming out of the theater, and they were just whoever was wearing pink, they were greeting each other like that.
oh, that's so cute. I
That
love
is
that.
so cute. And another story that I heard from this was this girl was coming out of the theater and she saw two older women wearing pink sitting down by the theater, and they were stopping everyone coming out of the theater to ask them, who was your favorite Barbie? And if they didn't
Oh.
know what Barbie they were talking about, they would Google it really quickly and they'd be like, "Oh my God, it's so beautiful." And then they would compliment their outfit. And that story just, oh my God.
Yeah,
So
that's super
freaking
adorable.
too many freaking cute things have come out of this. Like
Hmm.
people just being adorable people to each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
Next one is Barbenheimer. Did you or will you be watching Oppenheimer?
I have not watched it. I do
Yeah,
want to watch it. I still am debating if I watch it in
on the big screen.
theaters.
Yeah,
Um, Obviously that wasn't my first like, oh, I need to watch it. Like
yeah,
Barbie was the one that I really wanted to.
yeah,
And I'm okay where I'm at now,
yeah.
like I don't feel like this like
Rushed.
rush to
Yeah.
watch Oppenheimer, but I still really want to know and be in the know.
Yes, yes, yes. In my case, I really wanted to watch Oppenheimer because I love movies that take place during war times or
Yeah.
some history or something like that. And the trailer looked really cool. But when I found out that it had some sexy scenes,
Hmm.
I just was like, man, maybe in theaters is not the best for me
Hmm.
personally, because I kind of just I'm too shy and I cringe and
Yeah.
uncomfortable. So I definitely want to watch it, but when it's streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Well,
don't know. Well, I don't know. I guess you have to be a certain type of person to have been able to watch both on
mhm.
the same day. Even some people are so crazy, but they did it. That's a lot of hours in the theater.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we'll see.
yeah, we'll see. I don't. I think I might like it, but we'll see.
I think so too.
Yeah. As for a sequel, because people are talking about sequels for this, what do you predict or expect for the next movie?
Um, I really have no idea
Yeah,
what to
it's
expect. I will say that I have been hearing a lot about Mattel having its own kind of universe, kind of like
uh
the MCU.
yeah. Yeah.
And then there's gonna be also a Polly Pocket one or
Oh
something.
my God.
So I never really played with Polly
Me
Pockets,
neither.
so that's not gonna be
Hmm.
something I'm gonna know.
I heard that and also My Little Pony.
Yeah, I've never played with those either.
Me neither. So that'll be interesting. And also, will it be as funny? Because this is Greta Gerwig doing it. I don't think she's gonna do all of those.
No.
So,
And no, and I did hear like a theory
yeah.
about, did you hear about Elf? About Will Ferrell?
No, what about it?
Okay, so Elf, he makes toys,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, we know this. Fast forward, there's a Lego movie. He is the
Creator?
dad who
Oh, yeah.
makes who has this like whole Lego
City.
like village,
Yeah.
right? In the Elf movie, there's that scene where he puts together like a huge building
Mhm,
made out of Legos. So
mhm,
that's why people are like, oh, it's the same, it's Buddy. He's the dad in the Lego movie.
mhm,
And then you're thinking, people are like, why? How does he have all this money to build this big Legos?
mhm.
Well, he's the CEO of Barbie
Oh
and
my God.
Mattel.
That's freaking insane. Oh my God.
And he
Okay.
likes playing with toys.
That's hilarious. Okay, so I would think it would be so cool if he ends up being in the other movies too.
Yeah,
One
that
thing I
would
did
be.
hear was that a scene got cut from the end of the movie. With
Oh,
Midge was having a baby. Midge was having her baby.
okay, finally.
This got cut. And then what's her face? The narrator person, I forgot her name, comes in and says something to the screen, but I don't know what it is. But what if the next movie has to do with that baby or something? Who
Ooh, okay.
knows? That's possible.
That is.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah. It's very, very possible. A thing I do want to also note, I don't know if you've been hearing about the girl who played Sasha in the movie, the daughter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about her name being did you hear about her being a depiction or a representation of brats?
Oh, okay. That
Okay.
makes sense. She's
So
kind of had that look.
yeah, she had the same name as one of the girls, and even the mom calls her by the nickname of that doll.
Mm-hmm.
And also the other girls, I believe, are named after other Bratz dolls. So somebody mentioned that that is a thing that's going on, and I thought it was so funny also that her mom, Gloria, represents like owning Barbies, having Barbies. And I just think the way I connected or the thing I thought of is, oh my God, Barbie is like the mother of all fashion dolls. So it only
Mm-hmm.
makes sense that, the daughter is representing a Bratz doll. So
Yeah.
that's just something I wanted to add because I thought it was
And
cool.
then she wears like big hoops, doesn't she?
Yes, I believe
I
she, and then also like very like I think she even wears bell bottoms, and
mm-hmm.
her sweater looks like one of Bratz would, like really cropped and everything.
Yeah, like the
Um,
new kind of generation of dolls.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that
Oh,
was cool.
yeah, that is cool.
Yeah,
Before we finish
yeah,
Barbie though, I did want to note that like people were basically talking about like it being feminism 101.
hmm
And people were like, "Oh, like we already knew this, but it's just nice to hear it said out loud."
yeah,
So I think that, and then I like that when Gloria had her speech, it was pretty silent
yes,
in the movie theater.
yeah,
So I just kind of wanted to touch on that a little
yeah. I
bit.
like that too. I think that's it for the Barbie movie. I was gonna ask you also, did you want to talk about your Comic-Con experience?
So I had fun because I was with friends and I like seeing people cosplay.
hmm
I like seeing like learning about what's like the shows that are coming out and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But it was overcrowded and I don't
yeah,
do well with crowds. So I
yeah,
was just getting like, ugh, like get me out of here, like the floor where they have all the booths and artist alley and stuff like that.
yeah,
Um, yeah, and then because of the actors and writers strike, there was nobody.
yeah,
The panels weren't really that exciting.
yeah.
So I think would I go again? Maybe,
hmm
but I also think that I would be down to just go to the smaller ones like WonderCon, which I've
Oh
gone
yeah,
to in the past,
yeah.
and I think I've enjoyed those more than
Oh, interesting. Okay.
SDC,
Yeah.
SDCC. Yeah.
That helps me because like I've thought about going to Comic-Con, but I've never actually like put it into action.
Yeah.
But I like hearing that maybe smaller ones would be
Yeah, at least
better.
to try it out and see if you
Yeah.
even like it.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. And we are done.
Fun. Yeah.
Yay!
Short episode.
Yes.
Woo!
Please watch the Barbie movie if you haven't, because it is the best. We're gonna watch it a million more times.
Ah,
And I'm gonna learn all the songs and the choreography.
the
And
choreography. And just know that you are enough.
you are more than enough. Bye.
Bye.
See ya later. Okay.
Okay, what
What
are
should
you
I
going to
do?
emote?
Confetti. I love your glasses. I don't think I have those. Do I? I can't remember. Can't believe we wore the same outfit.
Okay, I took some.
Cool.
I know, I love the glasses.